COVID-19 has some real negatives for insurance agencies. Many of them we haven't experienced yet, but they're coming in the third, fourth quarters of 2020 into the first and second quarters of 2021. I mean, those include policy cancellations, policy reductions of coverage. Some people will be having lower premiums due to less payroll or sales. Some of your clients are going to go out of business. That eliminates the commission altogether. And profit sharing is going to be a challenge for the next couple of years too, as we have similar weather claims on a smaller premium basis. Well, all that bad news isn't the only story in COVID. There are silver linings coming out of COVID. One of those is an opportunity to restructure your expenses. And the first place I think agencies ought to look at expense restructuring is in the customer service function. The easy way to do that is to think about adding service center capability to your agency or increasing the amount of the business that the service centers handle. Service centers have several immediate and obvious advantages. The first is they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The next is that they cost less than your own employees. Typically, service centers run at a 40 to 60% less cost than a customer service person employed by the agency does. One of the other advantages is their geography doesn't matter. They can service your clients wherever they happen to be located. Another advantage of service centers that's been pretty well established is that they tend to have higher retention rates than agencies do. And that's really important in a time in which your revenues are going down. You want to hold on to every commission dollar that you've got. So focusing on retention is really important, and service centers can help do that. I think the natural question, though, that most agency owners have if they think about this is, well, how is this going to affect my customers? I'd start off by saying it doesn't affect your customers much. The phone gets answered with your name and the people get taken care of. What customers want today is they want service right now. They want it when they want it. And most agencies aren't organized, even working from home, to deliver service outside of the normal 9 to 5 business hours. But your customers are increasingly working longer hours than 9 to 5. Many of them are working on Saturdays and Sundays because they're juggling childcare, homeschooling, as well as running their business. And the service centers open during all those hours can take care of your customers, maybe when your own employees can't do that. Also, if you have employees that become ill and it cuts into your ability to service people, what do? Well, a service center, that becomes their responsibility. And I know that we're now in the 4th or 5th month when I'm recording this, of the COVID epidemic. We're starting to have absentee issues as a result of our employees getting sick. It wasn't a problem for a while, but it's becoming a problem. How do you take care of customer service when that happens? Service centers are a potential answer for that. Are service centers a complete answer to agency customer service? I don't think they are typically. They're an adjunct, an add to. So they're something you want to integrate. You want to make them a part of your team, not the whole team. It'll also make your job easier in running your agency if you're using service centers because your talent pressure just went down. You don't have to find as many people to hire and work in your agency because part of that load is going to be shifted to a contractor. So I think customers that you have are much more willing to be handled by a customer service center today than ever before. They're used to dealing with people in this manner now. This is the new normal for us. It will help your employees focus on revenue generating activities, and it'll drive your costs down. This is really a great time to deepen your service center involvement or get started with it if you haven't done it before. It's another silver lining for you out of the COVID crisis. So I mentioned that service centers often have higher retention rates than the agency does on its other book of business. One of the reasons that's true is service centers are relentless about cross-selling. They always ask for the rest of the business, and frequently agency employees don't do as good a job at doing that. whether that's training or discipline or management, I don't know, but service centers do a great job of that. So they'll drive your retention higher by cross-selling. That does two really good things that help your business revenue. One is you keep business on the books and you grow the business on the books. Never has that been more important than in the challenging times that COVID-19 is going to give to agencies in the third and fourth quarters of 2020 on into 2021 and 22. I'm talking to independent agency owners about this all the time. If you'd like to have a more personalized conversation, click on the button or the link in the description and we'll make that happen. You can also reach out to me at tonycaldwell.net/contact.